Hey guys, today I'm gonna restring my fishing pole, and I'm using spider wire, steel smooth braided line. It's 20 pound. I'm gonna use this to catch some catfish. So I was gonna show y'all how I string up my fishing pole. So what I do is I start in the tip. A lot of people do this differently. This is what I find is easiest for me. I start in the tip and work it all the way down. All right, once I get it down, fed through all the eyelets, come on down and get down here to my open face. And these are the only kind of reels that I use. They're super easy. They're easy to string and all that good stuff. What I do when I get it down here is I just tie a slip knot. It's easy to get it on. You can pre-tie it, just slip it over, and then you cinch it down. And what I do is I'll clip a little bit of excess off. You don't have to cut it real close. Just get that excess off. And then I've got the line all the way through. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it's all the way through. And what I do is I just keep my string laying down. I don't have any fancy gadgets to help me string it. What I do, I'll get it good and started. Takes just a minute. Only put my finger on the line that's on the bell. Get a couple of decent wraps on it. And once it starts wrapping, I just hold my fingers, hold the string in my fingers like this right here. And I just start reeling real slow. And that's what I do until I get it all as much on there as it'll hold, or as much as I feel like it needs. All right, so now I'm gonna get my sinker on. I'm setting this up to be a catfish rod. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little egg sinker. Got a little 1/4 ounce. Now the reason I'm only using a 1/4 ounce egg sinker is because where I'm fishing at is a catfish pond. So if you're gonna be fishing it in the river, you're gonna need a little bit more weight, probably 1/2 ounce or maybe even 3/4, depending on the river. What I do to hold the egg sinker on about where I want it at is, and I come probably, I don't know, about 12 inches up from the bottom of the line where my hook's gonna be. And I just pull the string up, make a little loop, tie a little knot right here. And it gives me enough so that the sinker hangs on there and it don't fall down on me. So for my hook, I'm using the Eagle Claws Laser Sharp circle hooks. They're 7/0 hooks. So the way I do it, and I've seen a lot of videos of different ways with all these little loops and slips and the way they do it all. But what I do is I grab my line and I make a loop in the end. I slide that loop through the eye of the hook. Then I take my string and I pull it back through that loop. Pull it up tight. And then I pinch it. You got that tight right there. Then you pinch it. And I wrap it 8 times. And the reason you pinch it down here is because after you've wrapped it 8 times, you take it and push it back through that bottom loop. Grab it. You pull it. And you work that a little bit down. And then we cut the excess. And this is braided line, so it don't cut like regular fishing line. a little bit harder when it's short pieces. So we got it cut. Now, I can pull on that. It is not going nowhere. See, it's a nice, pretty knot. My granddaddy taught me how to tie this knot when I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there. And it's the only knot that I've ever tried to tie, and it has never failed me. So I'll give that knot there a try. Anyway, here's my setup. Little 1/4 ounce hook, or little 1/4 ounce sinker, egg sinker. Got a 7/0 circle hook. 20 pounds of braided line on an open face fishing reel. Y'all do that setup, get you some good catfish bait, catch you some good fish.